Grand Rising. Oh my goodness. Baby, when I tell you, yeah. So after the show was over, I decided to have me two cocktails. And when I tell you them girls wore me, they wore me. They wore me. Y'all excuse the noise in the background. I'm doing a load of clothes. But they wore me. Yeah, it's a washer and dryer in the suite. Girl, they did it. Girl, they did their big one, huh? But yeah, girl, oh, my eyes look so good. Maybe I need to open up the curtain and let a little bit more of that sunlight in. Hold on one second. Y'all, I ain't got no clothes on, so wait a minute. I'ma try not to show no ass. Wait a minute, I don't need to open up the curtain too wide. I just remembered I don't have no clothes on. I want the people to see my ass looking from across the thing. But yeah, I want to talk a little bit about what I'm observing. So last night I did the show. It was intimate. Um, a lot of people did not come. But when I tell you I had a VIP experience, hold on, wait a minute. Look at my flowers. Look at my flowers. When he gave them to me, I just started crying. Set them right there so y'all can see them in the video. Let's have them in the video, girl. The girl had got her flowers last night. Wait, hold on. So, yeah, can I do it like that? Okay. Yeah, so, yeah, all in all, the event was really, let me cover up them kinky boots, some kinky boots. Not that I'm ashamed of them girls, I just ain't comb my hair yet. But, yeah, yeah, last night was really, really nice. It was very intimate. It wasn't a lot of people there. So we didn't do the full show, but I did um share I shared one poem at the beginning. Um I shared Extraordinary Being. I did I did For Aaron. I did one of my songs called For Aaron. Then I came back. I did Transsexual Montero, and I did The Haves and Have Nots, my New Orleans song, and I closed out with Together in the Circle. There were other performers, the King and Queen. It was really nice. Like the food was good. Like it was just a VIP experience. I had my own dressing room. Like he really, really showed up and showed out. Like he's a trans brother, the one who booked me and got me for the event. Like he treated me like a queen, and I mean he treated me so beautifully. Like he had me crying so much. Like it's not how many people show up. It's the intentions of the people who show up. And so thank you, Trina. Yeah, so it was yeah, Vernon, you about to go. Put user in timeout. I really honestly feel like I should hide you from the channel, but I'm gonna give you I have never seen somebody roast T.S. Madison like that. You gathered her. and I be having to let people know that it's in me. I be going high, but I'm capable of going in the mud. I'm very much capable of going in the mud. But anyway, not to get distracted from what the topic of the video is about. But I just wanted to really briefly just let y'all know that last night I did good. I did not. I still didn't smoke, although I was tempted after I had those cocktails. I was very tempted to have me a little puff of weed last night. But when I had the cocktails, I woke up and my stomach just I'm bloated. My head still coming together. So I really think that I'm just moving away from liquor. Like I wanted another drink like after I had the second one because I was in them spirits, so I wanted another drink. I'm glad I didn't ask for another one, and I'm also glad that I didn't hit no weed because when I woke up, I paid for those two little drinks I had. I just really feel like, I think I'm gonna be a light girl. I think I'm about to be. I think I'm going into my wine cooler era. I think I'm going into my champagne wine cooler era. Like I think I'm about to become like a champagne, kind of like a champagne kind of person. Like give me a couple of glasses of champagne. I'm good. Like the liquor really just. Mm-mm. And I don't like being bloated, and I don't like the way I feel. Um, so the show started at 8 o'clock, and I go to bed really early. So I had to drink a Red Bull to have energy. So when y'all do finally see the footage, by the way, the Congregation of SAS, the full event is out now. It's in the video section. It's the most recent video that was added. So the event that we did on the 24th is out now. You can go and view it. I did not edit this. One of my other sisters edited, so that's why you don't really have no words, because when I edit things, I put words, like I put like an opening and a closing, um, and and with the transitions look different, but I appreciate it. I appreciate it. It was. I'm glad that I didn't have to do it because I'm tired of having to wear all of these hats. So, I really stepped it up this time. I paid all of the performers, I paid the editors. I really, really made sure everybody got compensated. And I compensated them well, because that's how I want to be treated. I want to know that you appreciate me. So that's how I do. If I have an event, I'm not greedy. If someone gives me a small grant to do something, I'm always going to make sure everybody that I'm working with gets paid for their time. So, everybody who was on that mic, they got paid. Everybody that got up and spoke, they got paid in some way. If you saw them with a mic in their hand, they got a coin. You know what I'm saying? Because that is how I think it should be. But on the other side of that, I want to say this. What's happened with our community is this. Everybody want to show up for the services. And I was talking with another girl about this last night. Everybody want to show up for the services. Everybody want to show up for the resources. This younger generation, y'all don't come out until y'all getting something. And that, to me, that's why I said what I said at the end of the video, and I released that clip saying, don't ever forget where you come from. Don't ever be so busy trying to sit with the Joneses. The girls go and get their body work done, their face work done. They go and get all these things done. And then the next thing you know, the girls want to go off and have Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure. And y'all forget the support community, not understanding that how we get the funding, how we get the resources is by sticking together. Then everybody want to go off and do their own thing. And then when you don't have no resources, when you don't have nothing coming in, you don't have nothing to blame for yourself. You've been on Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure out here living your best life in the streets, trying to be fish and fab. And now the resources start drying up because you girls not showing up. I got to say that again. The resources start drying up because you're not showing up. And for the most part, a lot of trans masculine beings have always been stealth. So it's always been mostly the girls that were showing up. No shade to my trans brothers because there's a lot of y'all that do show up. It's a lot of y'all that walk in y'all wholeness. It's a lot of y'all that are not in stealth. But unfortunately, it's more of y'all hiding, receiving those privileges. And so the ones that have always shown up have been the girls, and now the girls that got their surgery somewhere trying to blend in, feeling fish and fab on Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure, and the resources are going to start drying up if you girls don't show up. That's just the point blank period. You know how the government work. They ain't giving you nothing unless they can find a way to sell something to you. They can find a way to harvest your data, your information, Unless they could count you as a number, they ain't giving you nothing. They ain't giving you nothing, and so that's always been my dilemma. um I envision a society where we don't have to depend on government funds, where we don't have to depend on government resources, where we literally actually show up for each other and we can generate resources, because there's so much talent in our community. There's so many gifts in our community. If we will learn how to put pride to the side and ego to the side, and be able to take direction from each other, be able to listen to each other, we can actually rebuild society. We could actually rebuild a healthier society. We really could. We really could. It's just people are so traumatized by this paradigm, by this society, by this civilization, that we're not trying to heal. We are trying to be deeper into the dream, deeper into the fantasy. And girls don't come out of the dream until they've been so traumatized, so broken, so self-medicated, so hurt that you're useless. At this point you useless. Is you done went out here, you done buried yourself in this dream, you done fully immersed yourself in this dream, you done fully immersed yourself in this toxic reality, trying to win in a game that was never designed for you to win. And girl, when you come back to the table, girl, you're a useless, broken, damaged girl. And what can the movement do with you now? How can you serve the movement except for to be an example of woe is me? Damn. Wow. That's the sad part. So, in a way, I feel like, I hate to say this, I feel like Trump is actually necessary, because maybe it will help some of the girls wake up. Maybe it will help community wake up. And the unfortunate part about this is, and this is no shade to Laverne Cox. I'm about to say something, and a lot of y'all, it's gonna fly over y'all head, because y'all automatically think, a lot of black people, the moment that you say something about another black person, oh, you speaking against your own people, oh, you putting your own people down. No, what I'm doing is playing the whole tape, because y'all like to skip over songs. Y'all like to play one side. Y'all don't like to play the other side. I like to play all the songs. I want to hear all the songs. Even if I don't like all of them, I got to hear them, though, to see if I like them or not. So I'm going to play the whole tape on both sides. And a lot of y'all like to, just like y'all cherry pick the Bible, y'all like to pick what songs y'all want to keep playing over and over again. Y'all don't want to hear all the content. I like to play all the content so I can decide which one I like, okay? The problem when Laverne became, because they made Laverne the emblem. They made Laverne the standard. When the tipping point happened, they made her the moniker. They made her the mascot. They made her the face of transness. And when they did that, unfortunately, what they were saying was, if you can't fall in proximity to this, hey Aaron, if you can't fall in proximity to this, if you're not close to this, if you're not giving me something like this, we're not going to hear you. You can't sit at this table. You can't have any resources. And that's the unfortunate thing. So you have so many girls out here that have been trying to reach Laverne's standard of passability, who've been trying to articulate themselves in the way that Laverne articulates herself, who've been trying to move like Laverne. And unfortunately, that's been the downfall. Because no tea, no shade, Laverne ain't coming unless you paying her a lot. And after she done did her big one on stage, she's not engaging after that. After it's over with, she ain't coming out and being amongst community, and nah, that's not her energy. Laverne is gonna have her gloves on. She gonna talk about Mugler. She gonna sing some opera. And I'm not saying that that's not black. But what I'm saying is that's a very linear depiction of blackness. It's a very linear, it's a very narrow depiction of blackness. Laverne's gonna put her gloves on. She's gonna talk a little bit about Mugler. She's gonna say, and she gonna dash. She gonna dash the seed. And that's the standard. That's the standard. She not finna come out and mix and mingle and do you children. I remember when her career was first building, and she was on, they had her speaking at conferences. One thing that I gotta give Janet Mock gonna socialize. Janet Mock is gonna come out and mix and mingle. And you would have thought Janet Mock being a sex change, she would have gave you very much what Laverne gave. But Laverne ain't never talked up under her clothes. It's just my opinion. I don't think that Laverne is post-op. That's just my opinion. I don't think she is. I don't know for a fact. I'm not willing to bet my life on it. I just personally don't think that she's post-op. But, Laverne, ever since Tipping Point, we've never seen Laverne in another wig besides that blonde one. It's a very tight, her image is typecasted, and it's this. You could always expect this from Laverne. And Laverne is the emblem of what it means to be a black American trans woman. Laverne is that crossover transness that leans more to whiteness, that is acceptable by European whiteness. And unfortunately, that works for Laverne. But imagine a whole culture of Lavernes. Imagine everybody trying to be like Laverne. Imagine all of us moving like Laverne, wanting to wear our gloves, wanting to talk about Mugler, wanting to wear blonde hair, wanting to like not being attached to our, because y'all always talking about anti-blackness. Is not really anti-blackness that people don't like. It's not really anti-blackness that y'all have an issue with, because y'all don't mind blackness that can perform whiteness. Y'all love the black folk that perform the European. You ain't got a problem with the skin as long as it's performing in ways that align with the American dream. Because that's when race is no longer a thing. American black people who can perform and identify with American values, American culture, the American dream, y'all don't have no problem with them. Capitalists who see the system in the same way, y'all don't have no problem with them black people. Y'all have a problem with the aboriginous ones. Y'all have a problem with the indigenous ones. And that's the conversation we're not having. Y'all have a problem with this melanin we see the benefits of capitalism, but we ain't trying to be no extreme capitalists. We see the benefits of government, but we also see ourselves as autonomous. We also see ourselves as self-governing. We don't really need nobody policing us and standing over us. We can police ourselves. We can govern ourselves. And that's what y'all are threatened by. Y'all not threatened by black people. And I'm sick of that narrative about anti-blackness, because anti-blackness and anti-indigeneity is not the same thing. Y'all don't have a problem with black people that's gonna step and fetch it, that's gonna shuck and jive, that's gonna do what y'all say do. Y'all don't have a problem with the good Negroes. You don't have a problem with the talented 10. You don't have a problem with the boule. You don't have a problem with the sororities and the HBCU. Y'all don't have a problem with that. Y'all don't have a problem. Those black people are really not a threat to you. The good niggas ain't no threat. It's the ones that don't value the American dream that y'all don't like. And that is indigeneity. That is aborigines. That is original. That is what you have a problem with. Let's call a thing a thing. Stop with this colonial shit. Stop using anti-blackness because everybody with this color skin is not invested in liberation. Everybody with this color skin is not against the American dream. Everybody with this color skin does not have a problem with how many black people voted for Trump? How many black people voted for Kamala? A lot of people are invested in this system as is that look like this. So stop making it about skin complexion. It's literally about autonomy. It's literally about knowing when you're indigenous, you know you connected to the land. You know, you understand that you are the bank, you are the resource. You use money, you use these things because that's what's here. But it does not dictate to you who you are. That's not why you get up out of your bed. You don't, an indigenous person, an aborigines person does not get up out the bed to chase greenbacks with white faces on them. An aborigines person, an indigenous person does not wake up to chase a bag. Black people do. There are black people who do. There's a distinct difference. This is why I call myself Black indigenous. This is why I don't call myself African American. Because there's a distinct difference. I don't wake up to chase a bag. I'm not here to chase a bag. I'm not here to run behind white people approval. I'm not here to run behind greenbacks with white faces. I'm not here to build credit, which is a fancy word for debt. I'm not here for white acceptance. I'm not here for American acceptance. I'm not here for that. That's not, when I wake up and I stretch, that's not the first thing on my mind. There's a distinct difference between why I wake up, why I live, why I exist, why I continue to participate in this, and why a lot of y'all do. Why a lot of people who look like this do. Let me get to the comments, baby. I just didn't want to lose my frame of thought. I'm coming. Okay. I just started drinking and partying as a girl. I transitioned 4 years ago. It's a completely different experience. I don't like to be drunk anymore. Ashe, Ashe, JJ. Is that how I say it? Putting pride aside is a big step. Seeing that the movement is using pride to identify itself, i.e., pride parades, right? Yeah, like they say, what comes before the fall? Pride comes before the fall. Like it the community, child. It's a commercial now. It's literally a commercial. Side A and side B, exactly. Play the whole tape. I've seen you talk about Laverne in your tea time with the girls interview. You're right. Thank you. Skin looks beautiful. Thank you. And hey Fatima, hey Aaron. And so yeah, that's what I really wanted to say. Like, we allowed ourselves to be we allowed ourselves to be bamboozled. And so a little bit of this is karma. And my prayer is that when storms happen, like when COVID happened, it brought us closer together. When Hurricane Katrina happened, it brought a lot of us closer together. And so my prayer is that this administration will remind us of our priorities. It's unfortunate that it takes things like this to remind us of our priorities. I used to always say when I used to go to jail when I was younger, my struggle with myself, and I'm talking about me. I'm talking about me right now, y'all. My struggle with myself was that when I used to use drugs when I was younger, I hated the fact that the only way I could get clean was to be caged like an animal. The only way I could get myself together was for them to lock me up, take away my autonomy, take away what little sovereignty I had in this nation. In order to get clean, I had to be locked up like an animal, caged like an animal. And so, this is what this administration represents. In order for us to get back focused, in order for us to get our priorities straight, some of our freedoms have to be placed in jeopardy. Some of our liberties have to be put in a timeout because we are not making these decisions on our own. You know how your parent have to self-correct you? This is the ancestors' way of saying, "Nuh-uh, that's not the way you supposed to be going. You over here when you supposed to be over here. That's not the path we had laid out for you." That's what this administration represents. Go over here. Now you was way over there. It wouldn't have never happened if we was doing this on our own. This is my point. We all need to take accountability. Everybody needs to take accountability. Being selfish, being caught up in your own reality. Let's not play the blame game this time. Let's do some self-reflection. What have you been doing these past 10 years since the tipping point? That's the question I want to leave us with on this video because I don't want to be here long. I don't because I want to trying to enjoy my little last day in Florida before I go back to New York. I ain't finna drag New York because it's the base right now. But what is since the tipping point outside of shucking and jiving, what have we been doing? What have we been doing? What have we been doing collectively? What has been our priorities? How have we been showing up for community? How have we been invested? Stop trying to blame Caucasian people. Cause white people gonna white people. White people be white people in. Shit gonna do what shit do. And that's stank. White people be white people in. The American dream gonna be American dreaming. Capitalism gonna be capitalism in. It is what it is. But what have you done? Have you had your head down this whole time getting your bag? Have you been like, I ain't got time for community. I'm doing me. Have you been doing you this whole 10 years? Ask yourself that. Like it's time to look in the mirror. It's time to start with the man, the woman, the non-binary person in the mirror. A man, a woman. That's what I want y'all to sit with. Sit with that. I've never been to Pride, nor do I support the white supremacist cult with a band-aid on it, which uses slain black two-spirit bodies as a human shield to colonize whilst actively oppressing. And so many of us buy into it because like literally, if it wasn't an opportunity to chase a bag, some of us I don't know what we'll be here for. What we'll do with ourselves. And the insane amount of us that secretly and overtly live for their approval is ridiculous. Live to be seen as pleasing in thine sight. It's ridiculous. But always talking about we the first people. Well, y'all act like it. And erasing two spirit so-called Negro people who are alive. I wish I was pretty like you, wash face. Baby, you gonna get there. Keep it up, honey. Keep it up. But I've always been a smooth person. Like I've never really had a lot of, you know, and I drink a lot of water. I eat a lot of fruit. I go through my seasons where I like greasy shit, but I really try to stay away from greasy stuff because greasy stuff clog up your pores. I don't fuck with soda. Every now and then I get a taste for a Coke Zero, but I don't drink cold drinks. That's something that will give you acne and mess up your skin. I drink primarily water. Every now and then I get a taste for like Arizona green tea, but for the most part I drink a lot of water. I love fruit. I used to like vegetables more. I still eat them, just not as many as I should. Um, but yeah, I don't really have a regimen. I put some vitamin E on my face. I put sometimes some turmeric oil, but mainly vitamin E, some turmeric oil sometimes. But really, honestly and truly, I just drink a lot of water. I don't sodas. Sodas are not good for your kidneys. They're not good for your skin. I don't eat a lot of candy. But my favorite candy has always been like when I get a taste for candy or sweets, I like something that's sweet and sour. And that's been since I was a child. And I think that that speaks to wholeness because that's who I am. I'm bitter and I'm sweet. When you meet me, I might give you a little bit of, you might put it in your mouth and be like, but keep on fucking, baby. You gonna get to the good part, baby. So like I've always been like a person, like my favorite candy is something that is sweet and sour. And I feel like that's my personality. I'm a Gemini. I got both sides, dark and light, chaos and order, masculine and feminine. So, I just always thought that was cute when I was little. Like I feel like sweet and sour is my personality. That's very much me. You gonna get the bitter, but girl, stick around, girl, stick around. Don't go nowhere. Hold on, hold tight, hold tight. We getting to the good part. We getting to the good part. Keep working with it, honey. It works if you work it, baby. Oh, we gonna get to the good part, baby. Trust me. Grand Rising, Billy. Yeah, we gonna get to the good part, honey. Just hold tight. And I always tell people, I'm not the neighbor that's gonna always have a cup of sugar for you. Honey, sometimes you might get some lemon water. Sometimes you might get some lemon water. But guess what? It takes lemon to make lemonade. It takes lemon to make lemonade. It's the sweet, it's the balance of the sweet and sour. And a lot of us need to learn how to balance. Some of us are just sour, and some of us are too sweet. Some of us are pushovers. Some of us, we trying so hard to be likable that we don't really say what's on our mind. And then we hold it in so long that by the time we start saying what's on our mind, we don't have nothing to say but negative stuff. You done held in your dark, you done held in your chaos for so long. Now you can't control it. And so it's about learning how to navigate your dark and your light, learning how to balance your chaos and your order, learning how to balance your masculine and your feminine, learning how to rest in, learning how to be hard when you need to be, but also not being so soft that not being so hard that people can't resonate with you. Like life is give and take. It's not just take and it's not just give. It's give and take. It's give and take. It's ebb and flow. It's ebb and flow. It's give and take. And a lot of us, we forget that because we live in a binary system that doesn't teach us how to balance it. We live in a binary system that tells us you're either this or you're that. You're either wrong or you're right. You're either black or you're white. You're either cis or you're trans. You're either gay or you're straight. You're either rich or you're poor. You're either sick or you're well. No, I'm a little bit of all that shit, all rolled up in one. I'm a little bit all of it. Baby, I'm a mix, honey. I'm a mix. Make sure y'all click that like button and support the channel because we trying to get through the algorithm. I've always been a mean girl. I wish I could change it, but I went through too much. Well, I think you just need to keep, like, keep saying it. Like, I think waking up, um, the key to it is when you start your day, like literally at the start of your day, that's when I find that the mind is the strongest. And that's when I find that the mind is that's when you could set the clearest intentions. That's when you could speak to the universe. That's when you could speak to the ancestors. That's when you could speak to your inner self. When you wake up, as soon as you open your eyes, take a moment, before you get up out of the bed, before you start your day, to speak to yourself and to speak to who you want to be and to speak to what you want for yourself. That is the best time. Like take some moments. Like literally, as I've gotten older, but I've always been like this. I wake up early so I could just come into my body. Like I literally, I'll lay in the bed for like sometimes 2 hours before I move. If I wake up at 5, I lay in the bed till about 7 o'clock, just coming into myself, unless I have to go to the bathroom. But I take time to come into my body. I take time to reflect. I take time when I wake up. I take time to set intentions. I take time to program myself. Did you hear what I said? Program yourself. Curate your existence. This is why I create art. This is why I'm always making music. This is why I'm always writing poetry. This is why I'm always creating stories because I am feeding myself. I'm curating myself. I'm programming myself. I am controlling me. I'm the puppet master when it comes to me. And if you don't do that, somebody else will. If you don't know yourself, trust me, there are people listening to this conversation right now harvesting data. You have to know what you up against. There's always people studying you and observing you to use you against you. And so the way you combat that is every day take time for yourself, learn yourself, know yourself, study yourself. The greatest work, I tell people this all the time, the greatest work you could do for humanity, they'll try to trick you and tell you, oh, it's selfish. Oh, you need to spend more time getting out there and doing this and doing that. No, the greatest way you could serve humanity is to work on you. That's your greatest service to humanity, is to be one less person unhealed out here harming people for a bag, out here spreading lies and fear mongering for a bag, out here about masses business and thinking because you's a dressed up garbage can, you okay. We got a lot of dressed up garbage cans out here representing us that have not done the work, that are unhealed. Very articulate because they went to school. They got degrees. Very educated. Educated, unhealed garbage cans. Educated, unhealed. I don't know where like I want to think that you really know what you're talking about, but nobody like you just came in and made a comment. You really haven't been listening to the conversation. So that right, that speaks to your intelligence cuz that's we not blaming transfer MAGA on here. That's not what's happening. So that speaks to how your brain works. I'm talking about karmatically not doing what we need to do to have manifested a better society, not doing the inner work that we need to do because we are the narrators of our story. We create our reality by how we see our reality in here, by how we show up for each other. We have the power to manifest something different. So you're probably one of those leftist liberals who are so invested and entrenched in the American dream that you don't have the capacity to even understand where I'm coming from. And that's the problem. A lot of people who look like me have bought into that rhetoric. But I'm talking about people who have souls, talking about people who believe in reincarnation. I'm talking about people who think beyond society and civilization. I'm talking about people who see the esoteric and the celestial picture. I'm talking about people who are capable of seeing the grand design. That's who I'm speaking to, not people who are only here for the circus. So maybe this conversation is above your mental pay grade. How about that? How about that? Right. And so before you commented, perhaps you ever heard of clickbait? You ever heard of clickbait? It's called strategy. You heard of strategy? Perhaps listen a little bit first. Try that. I don't have to remember to do anything. This is my platform. You're here. I don't have to do anything that I don't have to do that. You're here. I don't have to do that. You don't get to tell me who I am. You don't get to control me, faceless entity. Okay? Now, in a minute, you're about to be removed. As a matter of fact, how about hide user from this channel? Bye bye now. Bye bye now. Bye now. Bye now. Child, then you come on here whining when you didn't have the intellect to observe before you engaged. Who does that? Who does that? What intelligent intellectual being engages before they see what's going on? Exactly. And it was even in the form of a question. And it was even in the form of a question. They are the most brainwashed, those lefties. Jesus Christ. I love you too, JJ. It's crazy. It's crazy. Who comes on? Like, I'm not gonna come on your page and like I hate when people do that. I hate when people and they leave the most intelligent comments in the comment section. But how intelligent is it if you have not engaged with the if you have not engaged with the content? You looked at the title and you responded. You know what era we live in. You know what time we live in. You know what era and time we live in. You know you have to be problematic. You have to be messy in order to get people engaged. Unfortunately, that's what we've done with society. So it has to be a little bit messy. It has to be a little triggering to get people to see because that's the society that we've cultivated. So why wouldn't you engage with what's being said before like and I mean, just thought you was just like really, really just so profound, really blaming MAGA, really blaming the trans community for MAGA. You thought you did your big one, did you? You thought you had did your big one. You thought you were really, really just on your little, just on your little tap tap. You thought you were doing your big one. You thought you were doing your big one. You thought you were exposing something, girl, girl, girl. Let me say, engage with the content first. Like, listen to some sentences. Hear a paragraph or two. Like, use a little. Get your discernment up. Like, get your. This is my prayer for people. Like, get your discernment up. Like, what was that about? Kira said, it's the faces for me, and I really, really, honestly, and truly, my face always give me away. Because if I see some fuck shit or I feel like somebody playing in my face or gaslighting me, my face is always like, I'm trying to work on stoicism so like I could see somebody gaslight me and playing in my face. I think I'm getting better at it, but chill, it's early. So, you gonna get that raw. I just woke up. Like I took me a like I did me I had me some coffee and I soaked in the bathtub. I know I'm a Gemini. I did my chart. I got a little bit of everything, but I know that I'm June 18th. Yeah, I'm June 18th, and I was born at 1:50 a.m. on June 18th. And I really honestly yes, I do. You had to be because I give that. I have two sides, honey. I have two sides. And you know what? I haven't dug like people have not seen that side of me in so long. People like I don't let people see that side of me. I don't let people know. But you have to understand, I grew up in a small country town. I was telling one of my friends this yesterday. I grew up in a small country town. Hey Dawson, Brista, TS baby mama. Yeah, I grew up in a small country town, and my grandmother, I'ma use male pronouns because I'm telling the whole story. I'm not finna try to airbrush it and make it look like people have always referred to me as she and acknowledge my connection to my foremother. So when I tell these stories, I'm gonna tell the story of me as a little boy because that's where it was. That's how it was. Period. So when I was little, my grandmother was a Libra, you know, and that's part of the reason why I resonated with T.S. Madison because she is a Libra. So I see a little bit of that energy. My first love, my first serious relationship after, no, my first love was Aquarius. Then my second love, my first three loves were Aquarius. Then I started dating Libras. Now, and so that was why I resonated. My first super, super, super best friend, like my first like, well, I ain't gonna lie, my childhood friend was a Aquarius. I fucked with Aquariuses first. Everything started off with Aquarius, and it's funny how we going into Aquarius season again. But Aquarius, everything was Aquarius at first, and now I feel like we're going back to Aquarius. But then after that, it was Libra. Like everything was Libra. And so my grandmother was a Libra. My grandmother used to embarrass the shit out of me in front of my friends. My grandmother used to be like, that's why when T.S. Madison talk about my teeth and your, it was funny. Like when she said your ginger is vitasine, bitch, I laughed. Bitch, I was in the ocean yesterday in the water, bitch, and that bitch said, bitch, you need to get your teeth fixed, bitch. Bitch, your ginger is vitasine. Bitch, I laughed. Bitch, that was funny. Bitch, that's my grandmother energy. Like she don't you can't break my soul because that's what I grew up under. I my grandmother used to embarrass me in front of my friends and say, "Boy, your breath smell like shit." And my friends would be rolling on the floor laughing. My grandmother used to say, you musty as hell. You need to put some deodorant on. And my friends would be rolling on the floor laughing. I got humiliated in front of my friends all the time. So you can't read me and make me feel embarrassed. I grew up in the house with a Libra. I know how Libras give it up. Libras gonna embarrass you in front of everybody. That's Libra energy. They're going to embarrass you. So I grew up with that energy. So you are not going to embarrass me because my grandmother, October the 2nd, wore me the fuck out and humiliated me in front of my friends. Bitch, they on the floor. Bitch, they on the floor like this. Bitch, they rolling on the floor laughing. Rolling on the floor, bitch. Boy, your breath smell like shit. Boy, you is musty as hell. Walk up in my room, talking about my room stink. And you think, and y'all be, oh, T.S. Madison about to gather you. Oh, she about to get you together. Child, those are childhood readings. That's child's play. I am like, I can go there because my mother is a Virgo. When I told my mama knew that I was a girl. She used to buy me girl clothes. You know what upset my mother? My mother was upset because I was a bottom. My mother saw me being a girl, me dressing as a girl. She saw me as the version of herself that was gonna be putting that dick on them niggas. I was her avenger. She was going to live vicariously through me. She thought that I was going to be the one laying the pipe. She didn't care about the wigs. She didn't care about the makeup. She didn't care about the hair. She didn't care about the dresses. She said, this is my avenger. Give that dick to them niggas. Get that. And when she found out that I was bottoming, she was devastated. My mama said, oh, you letting them niggas fuck you? My mama did this. My mama said, my mama threw that ass in a circle. My mama leaned on the washing machine. She said, that's how them niggas fucking you in your ass. That's how them niggas fucking you. My mama said, that's how them niggas fucking you in your ass. Bitch. Bitch, I was so devastated, bitch. I took every pill in the medicine cabinet, girl. I took I could laugh about it now. It wasn't funny then. I was devastated. I was devastated. I went to the mental hospital after she did that to me. She was not ready. Now look, I'ma tell y'all, we gonna say that when y'all saw that ass a few minutes ago, bitch, I had on G-strings, bitch. That's the word, bitch. I had on the G-string, bitch. That's what you tell them. You tell him you saw a G-string, okay, bitch? It was a G-string, bitch. I have a G-string on, bitch. But yeah, girl, my mama twerked on the washing machine. She leaned on the washing machine, and when she leaned on the washing machine, she said, "You letting them niggas fuck you in your ass? You letting them niggas." She couldn't take that. She couldn't take that. Yeah, bye, Gabe. Yeah, this live is we can eat a greasy pork chop. we can we can get in the gutter, but we not entertaining halflings. Like, this is not a conversation for halflings. No halflings in my comment section. Only whole ones are allowed to comment. Halflings, you will be dismissed. This is not a conversation for halflings. So if you leave a message and it giving me halfling teas, it's giving me halfling teas. You will be excused. Because halflings are not allowed. Halflings do not get the floor. Now, if you're a halfling and you're asking a question because you're working towards wholeness, then I will hear you. But halflings coming on here thinking that speaking in your halflingness, that you're making some sense, you're on here engaging in halfling activity, and you're thinking that it's going to be prized. You're thinking that it's going to be celebrated. You thinking you did your big one. You're on here making halfling statements and you're feeling like you did your big one? No. Only whole ones are allowed to speak on this live. Only whole ones are allowed to leave. Only purple ones and whole ones. When you give halfling activity, when you give I'm not playing the whole tape activity, you will be kindly escorted towards the virtual door. Yes, ma'am. Not going to the mental health. Not going to the mental. I went straight to the mental. When I tell you the ambulance was there within an hour after she twerked on that washing machine, I was 16 years old. Baby, she leaned on that washing machine and she threw her ass in a circle. Bitch. Then she left to go somewhere. And baby, I thought about that shit. And baby, I went to the medicine cabinet. I said, bitch. Woo. Bitch, I had a Libra grandma and a Virgo mama. And you think T.S. Madison could gather me? Let me say that again. Then I had a Virgo sister and a Scorpio sister. You know Scorpio don't play, Virgo don't play, and Libra don't play. Virgo, Scorpio, and Libra? Baby, it was a hard way to go. I heard everything. I heard, bitch, you gonna get AIDS. I heard, bitch, you gonna get that shit from my sisters. Bitch, you faggot. Bitch, I heard all that. But at the same time, they were willing to kill behind me. Let's be clear. They was brought up. Nothing prepared them for having a sibling like me. So I'm not bashing my sisters. I'm not bashing my mama. I'm not bashing my grandma. It was the society that they grew up in. I'm mature enough now to say I'm not upset with them anymore. I've forgiven them. I'm at peace with it because I understand that I couldn't expect for them. Society was beating them down. Society was oppressing them. Hurt people hurt people. How can I expect for them to know how to treat me and to know how to love me when they literally fighting for their own autonomy? And to be honest with you, what it looked like to them is I'm trying to take up space in their world. I'm trying to outdo them. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to be better at being them than them. So I have the capacity and the range now to get it. I didn't. I didn't at first. No halflings, only whole ones and purple ones. Exactly. So, I don't blame my sisters anymore, but I gotta go to the front desk and redo my what you call it in a minute. But I wanna say this before I wrap this live up. Um, because I feel like this is important to say. Right now we got a binary war going on. We got a binary war going on. And as beings who are born with wombs are stepping into their power and realizing once again the power that they hold. When I hear um beings who are born with vaginas who identify with womanhood saying that um saying that men are envious of them, womb envy, because they have the power to create. Actually, y'all are creating together. Cause the beings that was getting pregnant without the sperm, something happened. Some demigods went to splicing up DNA. Cause you before you was XX, you were something else. You were something else before you were XX, and whatever that was the blueprint. So the misinformation that the XX is the blueprint. No, there was something that existed before XX. There because whatever was before XX, it was before XY was grafted or spliced from whatever that genetic code was. That's the real secret. Whatever that being was before they did that, before them demigods went to splicing and playing with DNA, because it used to be one thing. It used to be one being. It was one being, and that one being was hermaphroditic. That one being was intersex. Then they started splicing things and grafting and splitting things. So this the matriarchy ain't it, and the patriarchy damn sure ain't it. Ain't neither one of them it. It's coming back together. So we need to stop this. Like I be listening to some beings with the XX chromosome and they be on some because we were this and we were that. Well, if you were all that, how did you lose it, boo? There was a decline somewhere. And that's the conversation that's not being had. There was a decline. I don't know what the word is for when you unevolve, but that's what happened. And some people went to playing with DNA through eugenics and grafted some bullshit, and now we here. The binary ain't where it's at. Your mammy smoking too much crack, bitch. Exactly. Your mammy smoking too much. Your mammy and your pappy, unfortunately, smoke way too much crack. That's why you in my comment section saying fuck shit. Cause your mammy and your pappy and your grandmammy and your great grandmammy was smoking too much motherfucking crack. And that's why you don't have the capacity to understand what's being talked about. Cause your lineage is the crackheads. You're projecting. Now after your 24 hours is up, you come back and you see that fat. I said that. Yeah, I said that. Your elders, your bloodline, full of it. XX can't create life without XY, so XY can create as well. It's give credit to XY beings as well. Exactly. Like, like this whole like when I be listening to some XX beings talk and they be like, men envy them because we can create life. You can't create whatever what you are now, you cannot create life without being fertilized. There were beings that had wombs that were able to fertilize themselves. It was called parthenogenic birth. But that being was something else. It was not no damn XX. Right. Give the mother and the father. That's right. In 2020 we are why we give that's why we give credit to the mother and the father. Exactly. Exactly. Everything has a purpose. Everything everything has a purpose. Everything has a place. And I think that we are whole. That's right. And we're trying to get back to wholeness. Some of us are trying to merge back. Some of us want when the reset button hits, some of us want to be back. Some of us like hey, maybe sex will be better. Maybe we'll be able to do it in different ways. Child, imagine everybody having a dick and a pussy. Go ahead, nah. Shut up, girl. Come on, penis and coochie. Penis and cooch for everybody. Imagine, imagine you being able to touch yourself and make breasts grow, and then touch yourself again and be flat chested. Touch yourself and make a penis come out. Touch yourself and make the penis go back in. Touch yourself and make a vagina open up. Touch yourself and make the vagina close, baby. Do this right here and breast grow. Do this right here and the penis come out. Do this right here and the penis go back in. Do this right here and the vagina open. Do this right here and the vagina close. Imagine your body being, your mind being so powerful that you literally could just say, you could just shape shift at any given moment. Imagine being able to do that. Imagine that. Imagine that. Natural lineage is crackheads. Exactly. Imagine, imagine that. Imagine us being able to shape shift to be the gender we wanted to be at will. Imagine that. Cause it's been plenty of times. Child, I meet beings all the time. There's this gay dude that I love. Bitch, when I tell you, I tell him all the time, I wish I could be a man for you. Just for you now. But after me and you break up, I'm shape shifting. But I would be a man for him. Oh, honey, I break it down. Bitch, whatever you want to do, bitch, I'll buy them, bitch. If you just want to hit me in my booty, bitch. I'd be a man for that nigga, bitch, if I could, bitch. I'd be this the rugged, thuggish bone. Here's the rugged, thuggish bone. Hey, bitch, I gotta be the man you love, and I gotta be the man you trust, too, baby. Bitch, bitch, just be a man about it. Bitch, bitch, I'll be the nigga, bitch. But bitch, after we're done, titties, hips, ass, curves, thighs. Bring it all back, bitch. It's the rugged, thuggish bone, bitch. Bitch. Yes, ma'am. Bitch, I be, and then I've seen lesbian women, you know, that won't mess with you unless you like biologically female, like unless you was born female. I see lesbian women where I be like, girl, I wish I would have been born with a coochie, girl, so we can, girl, hey, girl, what's up, girl? Okay, girl, like I would love, like I want that for our next generation so bad. I want us to go back to being whole. I want a generation of whole beings. I want that whole DNA back, baby. I need that whole DNA back. Cause this right here, this shit right here, nigga, this ain't it. This ain't it, fat. Hold on. Where is it at, girl? So this was my crown that I made. You know, I always wanted peacock feathers. Y'all like my crown? I think my crown is cute. Girl, I love my crown. I love my crown. I love my crown. I made it yesterday. Girl, the resources I put into making this damn crown, like it was ridiculous what I spent for these damn peacock feathers. But I always wanted a crown that had peacock feathers in it. Girl, what we do for art, huh? What we do for art. Okay, I wanna light a candle. Imagine, imagine you can have both organs and can choose which organ you want to procreate with and which sex you want to fully live as. Okay. No, I haven't, love. Yeah, we probably can do all those things and just don't know how to because we don't even have full access to our entire brain. Come on, empathy, regenerate and everything. We probably can do all that. I believe that too. Not, I'll be a man for him. I sure the fuck would. Science needs to come up with ways to make people both sexes. And but we have the power to do it internally though. I don't think we need science to do it. Sometimes I think science is the problem. Because science enables us. It technology and science enables us. It enables us to live up to our full capacity. So, I'm not against science. I just think that science has to be partnered with consciousness and heart, and I think there needs to be more collaboration between the two. And I think that we need to think more and I think that we need to be more present, because technology and science have kind of enabled us to a certain degree. But yeah, I got to go over here and do this. So yeah, let me light a candle now. Thank you. Nature is the technology. Come on, Indigo. Yeah, but I want to light a candle. Yeah, and it's all in us. Like all of it exists in us. And we are not tapping into it because we are being pacified and babysitted by gatekeepers who controlling, like I think the reset button is gonna be a beautiful thing. I think it's gonna be scary, but I think it's an opportunity for us to go back to the womb, back to the creation place, and for us to, and hopefully some of us will be smart enough not to allow ourselves to get sucked in this trap. Peacock represents Oshun. We definitely need a reset. Ashe. Yeah, I love yeah, I just I always wanted them peacock feathers, so I was like, I never had like the little additional resources to get them. Like whenever I would go into the art store, I wouldn't have the additional resources to get the peacock feathers. And so I really didn't have them this time. Like I really couldn't afford to spend that money, but I was like, child, they right here. Like when I have the money to get them, they don't have no peacock feathers. And then they had them. I was like, I'm finna get these peacock feathers. And so I got them. I was happy that I got them. I love it. But anyway, let me light this candle because we haven't did one since I've been here. This candle acknowledges the past, present, and the future, our ancestors who have come, our ancestors who are coming, and our ancestors who will come. As I blow out this candle on the physical plane, it grows with intensity and purpose on the spiritual plane, linking us to the spiritual plane, preparing us for times that are now. A man, a woman, Lelim, Lelar. Down but down that I say cool, keep spinning and turning. Iangani, Iyanko, Kalukalo, which means I'm a child of God and Goddess. A man, a woman, bound and round, both circle and square. We too speak life, so operations beware. Sending healing to those in despair. El Babosara, which means we come in peace, no harm to any. Lelim Leler. I love y'all. Have a beautiful Sunday. Be charged up, be fed, be blessed, and we will check in soon. Be well. Thank you for all your feedback. Thank you for all of the good energy, and thank you for the perspective. It was a lot of intelligent whole ones in the conversation, and I enjoyed the exchange from all of you. Thank you, my daughter's son Brister for being here with that monkey wrench ready to swing it. And just everyone who contributed to the conversation, even the haters who we had to check out because y'all were the comic relief. Y'all were the entertainment portion of our show, of our conference, of our meeting of the minds. But anyway, until next time, y'all be well, take care, and remember self-care and working on yourself is the greatest gift you could do for humanity. Amen, and woman. Love y'all. Purple ones rise later.